家好，我是 NH 中文版的你。在我们手上这一部是吸引力在深圳发表、今天发表的一部超薄手机。这一部是5.55mm 厚的一个手机，这eLife S 5.5。那它的厚度啊5.55mm，那感觉上并没有比这个vivo 的 X3 差很多，因为只是薄了一点点而已。但是呢，它的切割啊，用了一个斜面切割，没有那么压手，所以呢，拿上去呢会比这个 vivo X3 会舒服一点。当然呢，它其他的部分也是用了一个曲面的玻璃啊，这个是康宁的一个大猩猩3的玻璃。那正面可以看到它有一个5寸的 Super AMOLED 的荧幕，然后呢这边可以看到有感应器啊、听筒啊、前置相机。那前置相机呢，它是使用了一个500万像素可视角度95度的一个相机，所以呢，我们开启这个相机来看这个前视副相机，它的透视感呢非常强。可以看到我在这边呢，然后呢，如果是一些在接近边缘的一些物件的话，我们拉过去看的话，这可以看到很明显的变形啊。不过呢，这一个也是一个超广角镜头的一个无可避免的一个问题了。那在设定啊那一些方面呢，基本上跟17是差不多的。那它的副相机是500万像素啊，后面主相机啊是一个1300万像素一个配置，旁边还有 LED 光灯。那也可以看到呢，它是采用了正面、背面双玻璃的设计，正面是一个曲面的设计，后面是平面的，而且下面呢可以看到这边呢是一个扬声器。那这个扬声器旁边呢没有什么东西可以把这个扬声器的部分架起，所以呢放桌面的时候可能会音量会差一点点，就是这个金属的边框呢用了一个纳米成型的一个处理，所以其实整个感觉是很扎实。然后在右手边呢可以看到有一个，这个是 SIM 卡插口，然后呢左手边呢反而是看到按键的一些就是电源啊或者是音量按键。机顶的部分是一个 micro USB， 然后机底呢可以看到有30mm。那配置大概就是这样。然后呢我们来看系统。那系统呢，它是采用了一个基于 Android 4.2.2的一个 Amigo OS。那可以看到呢，这个锁定荧幕是很简单、很简洁。如果是往左滑的话呢，可以看到有一些好像是 Blink Feed 的类似 Blink Feed 的一个功能啦，就是一些新闻啊、订阅啊那一些。右手边呢，不同于一般用来直接开相机拍摄的一个方案，它是有一个取景器在这边，然后呢下面有4个按键，就是拍照、录音啊、手电筒跟蓄意来电。如果要解锁的话，往上滑就可以看到这个主界面也是使用了一个没有程序列表的一个设计，所以呢在编排方面也是需要比较小心一点了。由于这个手机也是在大陆推出的关系啊，所以呢我们在这边是看不到有Google的服务在里面。那下来可以看到有快速的设定啊，然后在设定里面呢也可以看到有常用的或者是全部的设定。那拉下去，在下面呢可以看到它是一个基于 Android 4.2.2的一个系统啊，它的型号是 GN9000了啊。然后呢，也是有一些语言方面也是有简体中文，然后英文的选择。在整体操作之下，我们觉得虽然它是使用了一个联发科的一个正8核的处理器，但是呢，还是觉得有一点点顿顿的感觉，有一些时候会停下来。但是呢，这个还是要等它正式的上市以后才可以做一个正式断定。那简单的说完下来觉得它是比较美观，可以看到呢，它对于外观的一个要求是或者是安静会比较高一点。它会有一个特定的功能去选择不同的特效啊、主页啊那一些。然后呢，在实用功能方面呢，它是也有在一个悬浮触点在这边。那开启以后呢，在这里有一个点，就是跟以前的Assist Touch差不多了。这是一些常用功能，除了一些按键啊、主页啊、目录返回以外，它还有一个锁定荧幕的按键在这边。它这个是比较特别的地方，当然它也是可以随意的去移动了，在这个边上面。 那简单的动手感就到这里。我们觉得啊，这一个手机啊，它还是比较不错，因为它的握感是比较不错。这个稍微斜面的一个边缘啊，可以看得出来，让它的手机没有那么压手，比较铁手。所以呢，虽然它的正面啊看上去啊还是比较有一个NEC 手机的感觉了，但是呢，整体来说很薄，握起来也不是非常的差，而且它用的背面是玻璃啊，没有那么容易滑手。那动手感感想就到这里，其他的就留待我们在动手感中文里面再更加详细的去谈。
Xin chào, rất vui được quay trở lại với chuyên mục S Camera. Ở trong Tết thì bọn mình đã có những video đặc biệt về ứng dụng chỉnh sửa ảnh này, Recamera này. Các bạn không biết đã xem chưa? Nếu chưa xem có thể click vào hai đường link ở dưới này. Còn bây giờ thì chúng ta có rất nhiều máy để đánh giá camera. Và chiếc máy đầu tiên đấy chính là Sony Eli S5.1, chiếc điện thoại mỏng nhất thế giới. Đẹp và không biết camera của nó thì như thế nào. Bây giờ hãy cùng đi vào bài đánh giá chi tiết camera của Sony S5.1. Một chiếc điện thoại mỏng như thế này thì không biết là Sony đã phải cắt và tối ưu bằng cách nào để có thể nhét được cụm camera 8 megapixel này vào mà vẫn không hề bị lồi lên 1mm nào cả. Camera này được quảng cáo là có chế độ chống rung, lấy nét và đo sáng điểm. Về camera trước thì máy được trang bị một camera trước 5 megapixel, một độ phân giải gần như là tiêu chuẩn cho các mẫu điện thoại thời trang gần đây. Camera này cũng có góc rộng 88 độ, giúp chúng ta có thể có một cái khung hình selfie tự nhiên hơn ở khoảng cách gần một cánh tay. Giao diện của máy đẹp và gọn, đồng bộ với giao diện Amigo có phần hơi giống với MIUI. Một phím chụp hình ở dưới, hai phím xem ảnh và chuyển chế độ quay phim ở hai bên. Ở trên là phần chuyển sang camera trước, các chế độ cài đặt, bật tắt flash. Phía sau bánh răng cài đặt là led tùy chỉnh các chế độ trực quan và đèn mắt. Hơn nữa ngay ở phần trên này có một lối tắt dẫn sang ứng dụng Camera Charm, một ứng dụng chuyên chỉ để chụp ảnh selfie tương tự như là camera 360. Chuyển sang phần đánh giá ảnh chụp. Ảnh chụp ban ngày, chi tiết kém, dễ bị cháy sáng, ổn định hình ảnh kém và không có một điểm ấn tượng nào cả. Ảnh trong nhà ở điều kiện đủ sáng, tái hiện màu sắc khá tốt, ấm. Tuy nhiên nếu zoom gần thì sẽ thấy ngay là bị bệt chi tiết rất mạnh. Khả năng đo sáng và tối ưu cũng chưa tốt, dễ bị tối sầm lại như thế này. Ảnh chụp trong điều kiện ban đêm và thiếu sáng. Ở phần này thì độ tương phản bị đẩy lên cao cho nên có thể dễ nhận thấy là ánh đèn màu từ các biển quảng cáo đã bị cháy và mất chi tiết. Ngoài ra khả năng hoạt động chậm và thiếu chính xác trong đêm tối lại thêm một điểm trừ nữa cho máy. Chụp 10 lần thì có đến 1/2 trong số đó sẽ bị nhòe sau khi xem lại. Ảnh selfie, góc rộng là ưu điểm, tuy nhiên da người bị xỉn hoặc là bị trắng bệch là điểm yếu. Tiếp theo mời các bạn xem một vài đoạn video được thực hiện từ Sony S5.1. Video thì ở mức ổn nhưng tín hiệu ghi hình cũng không cao, thấy rõ răng cưa khi chuyển cảnh. Tổng với lại chúng ta không mong đợi nhiều ở một sản phẩm thời trang như thế này. Camera của máy chỉ mức đủ dùng. Hy vọng thiết kế quyến rũ, thời lượng pin tốt sẽ che lấp được khuyết điểm camera của máy. Còn bây giờ xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.
So we are going to compare both of the phones in terms of the overall physical dimensions they have, in the kind of color which we have. We have the white version of the Gionee eLife S5.5 and we have the white version of the iPhone 5 as well. So again, in terms of the overall form factor, these phones are kind of similar in terms of the overall, not in terms of the form factor, but in terms of the build quality at least. You have aluminum magnesium alloy over here, which is on the edges of the Gionee eLife S5.5, whereas on the iPhone we have aluminum over here on the edges, and both of them has kind of similar build quality. That is something which we can say. At the top we can see we have the power and sleep key on the iPhone 5. We have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. We do have some bands like these over here on the S5.5 for the radio and antenna, for the Wi-Fi and other things. You have similar kind of bands on the iPhone 5 as well. Both of these phones will support SIM card which has to be inserted inside the body, whereas the iPhone 5 support a nano SIM. The Gionee S5.5 support a micro SIM in terms of connectivity when it comes to SIM card. At the bottom we have the 8-pin connector on the iPhone 5. We have the 3.5mm audio jack over here. 3.5mm audio jack on the iPhone 5 is over here, and we have the loudspeaker and the mic on the iPhone 5, whereas on this device we have the primary mic over here, and the secondary mic on this device I'm not able to locate. Okay, so secondary mic is actually below the camera. When we talk about the camera on both of these phones, we have a 13 megapixel camera on this phone on the S5.5, whereas we have an 8 megapixel camera on iPhone 5. We have an LED flash over here. We have a true tone LED flash over here, a dual color LED flash. We do have a secondary microphone on iPhone 5 as well. So in terms of the camera, we have 8 megapixel camera module over here, autofocus supported. We have another 13 megapixel camera module over here with autofocus supported. We have the secondary mic as well on both of these phones. LED flash is also there, but LED flash is definitely better on the iPhone 5. Now if you compare these phones from the edges, we can see that the S5.5 is actually much thinner in terms of comparison when it comes to thickness when we compare it with an iPhone 5. So in terms of thickness, it is definitely much slimmer. When we talk about the weight of these two phones is again pretty good, but again I would like to say that holding both of these phones in hand, I can easily say that iPhone 5 is again lighter, but again I'm not sure which one is more lighter in terms of the weight. They are fairly light in terms of the overall weight, but again this device has a little bit bigger form factor. You have a full high definition display on this device, which will again give you a better experience, especially for multimedia, whereas on iPhone 5 you have a pretty much small display. This small display may not be that good, especially for entertainment needs. When it comes to the size comparison, we can compare both of these phones as of now in terms of the size as well. And when we compare these phones in terms of the size, we can see that we have a 4-inch display on this device, which is not a full high definition display, but again you won't see any kind of pixelation on the iPhone 5, whereas on the Gionee S5.5 we have a 5-inch full high definition display, which is actually pretty crisp and clear in terms of the overall pixels, whereas on iPhone 5 as well it is also pretty good in terms of the overall pixels. So there is no problem as far as the pixel clarity or the pixel density is concerned on both of these two displays. Again, we have a new iPhone coming very soon in the market, so we will give you an overview with that one as well. Right now again the iPhone is a little bit on the lower side, at least on the display department, because the display is smaller, whereas you get a full 5-inch full high definition display on the Gionee S5.5. Now if we compare these phones from this side, we can see we have the power and sleep key on the Gionee S5.5. We have the volume rocker on this device, and both of the buttons are metal buttons. On the iPhone 5 we have the volume buttons which are separated, volume increase and volume decrease, and you have a silent button on the iPhone 5 which is not there on the S5.5. If we take a look over the bottom, at the bottom you can see that both of these phones are kind of similar in terms of the overall material which has been used. When we talk about the back has glass on the Gionee S5.5, whereas we have metal which is aluminum on the iPhone 5, and here we do not have glass over here, but it is actually some good quality plastic which they have used on these two parts on the top and bottom, whereas on S5.5 we have complete glass which is actually being holded by this metal aluminum magnesium alloy frame. When we talk about the front also is glass. It is completely glass on the Gionee S5.5 as you can see, whereas on iPhone 5 as well it is complete glass. So in terms of the overall build quality, both of these phones actually come very close to each other in terms of the overall comparison. As far as hardware specs are concerned, hardware specs are different. You have an octa-core processor on the Gionee S5.5, whereas you have a dual core processor on the iPhone 5. But again, the kind of operating system iPhone has, which is iOS 7, is actually very smooth even with these hardware configurations, which is actually much lesser as compared to the Gionee S5.5 in comparison. So this is the overall comparison basically as far as hardware is concerned. The physical build quality is actually very premium and very good and strong enough on both of these phones. I just accidentally dropped this phone actually on the floor and nothing happened to the phone. But again, I would not recommend you to do that, because when I dropped it, there was carpet on the floor, so nothing happened to the phone. But on a glass floor, this glass over here, especially on the back side, I don't know how much proof it is, or how much resistant it is to actually a drop from the waist height. But when it comes to the front we have a Corning Gorilla Glass 3. As far as the back side is concerned, whether we have Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on the back side or not, we will confirm that later on. But on the front, we definitely have a Corning Gorilla Glass 3, which is actually much stronger. And again, it can resist to the scratches as well as to drop from waist height very easily without any issues. As far as the front camera is concerned, let me just talk about the front camera. The front camera on the Gionee S5.5 is a 5 megapixel camera. It is fixed focus camera. We have the nice metallic earpiece over here. We have the nice metallic earpiece over here. On the front camera on the iPhone 5 is, I guess, 1.2 megapixel, but I'm not very sure. You have the proximity and ambient light sensors over here. We have the proximity and ambient light sensors over here as well. So both of these phones are equally powerful in terms of the overall hardware they will need, especially for the current usage scenario. When it comes to using both of these phones, in the current usage scenario, you can actually install any application on any of these two phones. They are equally powerful and they are equally capable of running any latest application which you can think of. When it comes to the build quality, they come very close. When it comes to the overall physical difference, they come very close. When it comes to the hardware, there is a little gap in between the hardware configuration. The hardware is much older on the iPhone 5, but still, being this phone is a much older phone as compared to the age of the S5.5, which is just launched today. It has been launched for a price of 22,999, which is the MRP of this phone. So you can actually get it for a lesser price as well. If you bargain in the market, that is something you can do. But again, this phone is much younger as compared to an iPhone 5. But still, the iPhone 5 is actually having the updates when it comes to the OS very frequently, and it is capable of running the latest version of iOS quite smoothly. But when it comes to the Gionee S5.5, this device is running Android 4.2.2, and it should be getting the future version of Android as well, as we have actually got the information from Gionee. So we will expect some new version of Android coming on this phone, but we cannot confirm as of now whether you will get KitKat 4.4 or not. KitKat 4.4 you might get on this device if this device is sold in volumes. That is something which we expect. But in terms of the overall comparison, I would like to say that physical build quality of both of these phones is very close. They are very good in terms of the build quality, both of them. So the S5.5 in terms of the thickness is much slimmer. It is also kind of light. However, I would like to say that if I hold both of these phones in hand, I can easily feel that iPhone 5 is little bit lighter, I guess, as compared to the Gionee S5.5. But again, Gionee S5.5 is also pretty light in terms of the overall weight. We are not sure about the exact weight, but we will confirm that later on. I will add the annotation for that in the video. When it comes to the power, the hardware is definitely different. The cameras are different, but again, the 8 megapixel camera on the iPhone 5 is quite popular on internet. This is one of the most popular smartphone camera you will find on internet, on which the people actually take photos and upload it on the internet, whereas the 13 megapixel camera module on this phone is also pretty good. So let me just take a photo from these two phones to actually compare the camera, and before we do that, let me just show you the phones closely. So if you actually take a closer look on both of these phones, you can see that the thickness of S5.5 is definitely low. You also have a better octa-core processor on the S5.5, but again, the OS which is running on the S5.5 is Android, and you have Amigo 2.0 running on top of Android. So that is a different kind of ROM altogether. It will give you a very good interface. That is something which we can tell you, which is definitely going to give you much better experience, especially when it comes to entertainment, multimedia. You have different kind of apps which you can actually install on this device, and this device will keep on working pretty well without any issues. The kind of hardware it has like an octa-core processor, 1.7 GHz, MediaTek 6592, and you have 2 GB of RAM. And again, when it comes to the memory, you have 16 GB of inbuilt memory. Let me just show you some of the details of this device, not all. So again, we have done a hands-on for this device earlier, in which we have showed you all the details. Let me just confirm those details on this device, which is now full-fledged and launched in India. So it is the 4.2.2 is running on this device. As far as storage is concerned, let me just talk about the storage. So the storage on this device is 16 GB, and out of which around 12.39 GB is available. So you have 12.39 GB available to the user in total on the 32 GB variant, on the 16 GB variant basically, whereas on the 32 GB variant you will get around 24 GB approximately available. When it comes to the application scenario, let me just show you the current status of the RAM. So we have all the applications which are running on this device as of now, and as of now around 1.4 GB of RAM is being used, whereas you get around 551 MB of RAM free, which is fairly less. But again, we have installed a couple of applications on this device, some benchmark utilities as well, because of which it has taken some space and some gains as well. So again, we are going to give you a detailed in-depth review of this device later. As of now, if we compare this device with iPhone 5, this is no way inferior to an iPhone 5. Very good in terms of the build quality, very good in terms of the hardware. You have a better camera as well, and again the quality of camera is something which we will comment later on. But you have a 13 megapixel camera module on this device, whereas we have an 8 megapixel camera on iPhone 5. Both of them autofocus. You can record high definition videos from both of these devices. As far as the rear camera is concerned, the front camera is again higher on this one as well. The front camera is a 5 megapixel fixed focus. You have 1.2 megapixel I guess on the iPhone 5. And again, when we talk about the display is also on the higher side. So the display is full high definition on this one, whereas you have a Retina display which is not full high definition, but it is pretty good in terms of the pixel clarity, and you will definitely not notice any pixelation on this device as far as the display is concerned, because this display is actually small and resolution is good enough for this display. It is a 4-inch display, but again the kind of color reproduction you have on both of these displays is pretty good. The kind of brightness levels you have on both of these phones is pretty good. When it comes to the viewing angle, the viewing angles are good on both of these phones, and I can show you that. You can see the display from this angle without any issues on this phone. As you can see it, and on the iPhone 5 as well, you can see the display from extreme angles without any issues. So in terms of the overall display comparison, both of these phones are good, but again iPhone lags behind in terms of the display size, which is higher on the Gionee S5.5. When it comes to other things of the device, we do have a very good hardware configuration on this device. So when we summarize all the points together, we have a better camera on this device, we have a faster processor on Gionee S5.5, we have the not the latest version of Android, but again the Android 4.2.2, which is running smoothly on this device. And when it comes to the thickness of the S5.5 is also less as compared to the thickness of the S5.5 is also less as compared to an iPhone 5. That is something which we can tell you. As far as the weight is concerned, the weight is also pretty comparable. It is not lighter again, but it is pretty comparable to the weight of an iPhone 5. But when it comes to the overall physical build quality, the physical build quality is again both of these phones have is pretty good. You have a pretty good build quality on the S5.5 in comparison with an iPhone 5. So this is the complete comparison we would like to give you in terms of all the points which I mentioned in this video. So do let us know if you have any specific questions for any of these two devices. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.